Hey folks, hope you're doing good today. Hope you checked out the grindcore yesterday because we had some sick bands on the channel. And if you like some of those bands, hopefully you've come back again today as well to check out the bands we've got today, because we've got what I'm going to dare to call progressive mathcore on the channel today. Now, I've never heard anyone say progressive mathcore before. It's not really two words that go together, but I would say in general, mathcore is a progressive genre. You know, it's progressive from hardcore. Anything mathy and technical is pretty much progressive as well. But these bands that we've got in today are actually progressive as well, and have got other stuff going on in the music. It's not just mathcore-y and kind of heavy in that way. It's actually got progressive edges and a bunch of other stuff going on in the music. So I'm going to really enjoy this one today. It's a bunch of cool bands. Anyway, the first band that we got to check out, and it's why we've got this stuff on the channel, is Kilpréz. This is a new guy to the channel. Fairly recently we checked him out. One-man band. Got straight on board with him, listened to his whole album, and this guy just does everything. He throws everything and the kitchen sink into his music. It's mathcore based because he's a sick guitarist, but very progressive and just all sorts of edges coming into the music, just not really sticking to one thing. But what they've got here today is a four-way split called Split.am. This is with Serling, who we've had on the channel before, Hopscotch Battle Scars, who I'm not sure we've had, and Clifford Hoyt, who I don't think we've had at all. So we'll have to check those guys out as well if they're in bands and making music. But the one that we've got to check out today is Why Hope for Better Things. Get it on the screen, give it a spin. Now, I will just mention quickly, the first three bands that we're going to check out all need turning up on their videos, quite a lot as well. It was actually quite quiet. So I'm not sure. Maybe progressive mathcore bands like a nice quiet mix. I don't like a nice quiet mix. I like a loud one, so I've turned you up. So we're peaking the limiter now. This is Why Hope for Better Things. Let's give it a spin.
With this shit.
Cool vid. Here we go. this one. All sorts in this track.
Why hope for better things when we can take back what's ours? Money and power, illusions of bureaucrats claimed as their own. Why hope for better things when we can hit them where it hurts, hit them where it counts? Why hope for better things? Why hope for better things when we can't demand them?
So it's done. You never know with this kind of music. That's just done. Very nice. Well, I was thinking it's probably going to be easier to list the genres that aren't in this track rather than all the ones that are, because there's so much friggin' stuff going on in this music. A nice post-hardcore edge, particularly in the vocal, that came through, an emotional side to it. I enjoyed that a lot. But in the guitaring, man, so much going on. Mathcore, math rock, progressive metalcore and djenty stuff, twiddling and whittling, breaking it down into real progressive stuff as well. Nice solo in there, shredding all about the neck. That was sick. So yeah, just everything coming through the guitar. And that's that guy's style. That's what he likes to do. You know, he can't stick to one style for more than 8 bars. He's got to do something else. I love it though. Sick. You just never know what's going to come next in this kind of music. Sick drumming, made it nice and heavy, blasting in sections as well. So there was real heavy bits and then pulling right back to like math rock as well. So yeah, just a whole smorgasbord of stuff going on in this music. I really like the video for this one as well. I thought the colors and the effects and stuff looked cool. And layering the people on top of each other. So nice job on the video as well. Very cool. Every time we get something through from that guy, you just never know what you're going to get. Now, this is going to be a cool band to check out next, Utopia. And again, this is a bunch of people getting together to make some music. And one of the members is a guy from Fawn Limbs, which is why I pulled out my Fawn Limbs shirt today. It's actually the drummer that works with them in this one. Let me just see what his name is. It doesn't say on this one. Lee Fisher is the drummer in Fawn Limbs. Now, I actually am in a band as well, I guess you could say, with the singer, Ellie, as well, because he's in about 1 million different bands and doing 1 million different projects. So if you're not in a band with Ellie, you're one of the few people who isn't really, but we're making some music together as well as Ditch Organ. So maybe one day I'll try and reach out to Lee as well and see if he wants to do the drums, because I'm just doing MIDI drums on that stuff at the moment. That would be dope, because he's absolutely sick drummer. This band is called Utopia. The track is called It's Not the End. Let's give these guys a spin. And it says here, Mathcore Progressive Metal. So here we go. Man, this one's crazy. Yeah, the bass, nicely in the mix. Yeah. Now these guys are crazy. Crazy. Yeah, I think it's a fretless bass as well. It sounds dope. Killer. This is some next level shit. And if that's not progressive mathcore, then progressive mathcore doesn't exist, because that was super progressive, super mathy. Man, these guys are just must be absolutely bored with regular verse, chorus music, to the point where it was absolutely sickening them to hear it. Because when you're making this kind of music, this high level and offbeat and just crazy and all over the place, it's because you're such a high level musician and have kind of moved past all of the standard kind of tropes there are for writing music, and you're just thinking so far outside of those boxes. You're in a different kind of league, you're in a different universe to regular kind of music, because this is, you know, it's next level. It's the kind of music that you really probably got to be a decent musician to even give the time of day, because a regular Herbert, if he was to hear this stuff, you know, their ears, their brain would just start melting out their ears, because it just would not be anything that they're used to hearing or connecting with or getting into the groove of or anything like that. So sick, man. I just love bands that are so next level, that they're never going to be famous, they're never going to be big, because what they're doing is for like the 1% or the 0.1% of the world. You know, most people just aren't going to be able to get on board with this music at all. And I just love that these bands exist regardless of that. They're like, we don't care if you like us or not. We don't care if this stuff's ever going to be popular. We're high level. We need to make this kind of music, and they get the job done. Absolutely sick. Some of the sickest drumming there as well. The next band we're going to check out, Rust. The track is called Humid. They got a music video for us. Let's give it a spin. Well, they're Humid, and the track's called Rust. Cool energy from the vocal in this one, just adding more kind of spice and energy to it. Really enjoyed that. These guys are really twiddly widdly, riffy whiffy. Sounded great there. We had a cool guitar there with the P90s on there. It's got the right tone. I think Mathcore isn't thick and chunky music. You do want that kind of twangy, hardcorey guitar. These guys had the right sound. Another cool video as well. Now I'm going to finish off with these last guys. If you might have heard of these guys because they are getting a bit of buzz around at the moment. Greyhaven, and that's because they're a sick band. We need to start checking them out on the channel as well. This is the first time they'll be on for us. This is Foreign Anchor. It's got an official vid for it, this one. Watch out if you're sensitive. Here we go. Now, these guys aren't as loud as they're way louder so than the last band.
Lead up and wide, savor the day, and when we go to slide, arrogant courage into the wrong mind, always favorite war. I would carry your voices, I would carry your weight up in arms, impenetrable fortress, love, fire, and desolate hearts. I feel the worst that's coming. We must acknowledge it. Jesus, my heart, nowhere to go. Put it as in mine, it's made out of stone. I was falling to myself like a foreign anchor, chain of my despair, dragged away through my lungs. I am breathless, unprepared. I am suffocated. My cage is everywhere. Diplomatic acts of love are cast down the sea. Ripping departure, I am the one dying inside of me. Imprisoned inside, silent we die. Imprisoned inside, silent we die. Silence, infectious nature of the heart. Dissociative, never to anything I touch. Pull me back out. Pull me back out. I was falling to myself like a foreign anchor, chain of my despair, dragged away through my lungs. I am breathless, unprepared. I am suffocated. My cage is everywhere. Doesn't matter where I go, still sinking further below.
Yeah. Dope band. Sick! Man, I just want to mention as well, all the bands today have had absolutely killer videos to go with their music. And I love to see it. Very, very nice. It just makes it so much doper when you got a dope video to go with the track as well. Love it. Man, that band was super nice. The Fernie band today that we didn't have to turn up. It's weird that we had to turn up 3 of the 4 bands today, and they all needed turned up by the same amount as well. So it's kind of maybe progressive mathcore likes a quieter mix. But anyway, we turned them up nice and loud so we get them blasting through. But I must admit, I think Greyhaven had the nicest mix of all the bands today, just because when you've got a louder mix, it doesn't just sound louder, it's got more power to it as well. It just hits your ears harder. Even when you've turned up a quieter mix, it doesn't seem to have the same oomph as when it's been mixed loud and mastered loud as well. So I would always do that for all the bands. But man, we have had some killer bands on today and different kind of music. Yeah, they've all got a string of mathcore to them in some way, but also thinking outside the box of that to bring in totally different edges, metalcore, math rock we had in the first band as well. I think we've had some hardcore, heavy hardcore edges, which is what you expect as well. And then even some kind of rocky edges there in that last band with the chorus. I thought it sounded really great there. We had a good tone, a nice kind of manly singing voice, which went nicely with it. It wasn't kind of metalcore, like melodic metalcore singing chorus stuff. Dope. Love to hear it. And again, there, that nice jangly tone in the guitars that you want to hear goes with that riffy stuff. Just sounds nice. It's the right tone for that kind of stuff. You don't want a big, thick, chunky PV humbucker tone to go with this kind of music, because the twiddle and the whittle doesn't cut through in the right way. Sick, man. There's 4 killer bands to check out. Don't know if you noticed as well. I bought one of those ring lights. Probably got it too bright for today's video. My living room now is starting to look one of those influencers' boudoirs with all the ring lights and cameras and God knows what. But it does make this show look a bit better when you've got consistent lighting. You know, it just looks better. So we'll try and figure it out and get all the right settings for that stuff. But yeah, just trying to upgrade things as we go along. So, hope you've had a good show today, guys. If you're in a cool band and you like these bands today and think, man, it'd be cool if we checked out our band as well, get on the show this week if you head over to the website and make a priority submission and skip the free queue. Otherwise, I'll be pulling free stuff out this week and checking out some cool bands anyway. So, hope you're having a good day today, guys. We'll see you around. Cheers. Bye.